Hey boys and girls, Mr. Sandoval here with homework video number 12 for 8th grade, Electricity and Magnetism Intro. And really what we're going to be introducing is this idea of non-contact forces. Up till now we've been talking a lot about forces that are contact forces. That's two objects touching, right? Things bumping into each other, one object pushing another object, but they're physically touching. Now we're going to talk about non-contact forces. So is it possible for me to move another object without physically touching it? Is it possible for two objects to repel each other or push each other without touching? Okay, think about how that might happen. All right, and so let's get into this. And remember, check your Jupyter grades, check your folder organization. Take 1 minute after this video, just try something new, and go through your backpack and just double check everything. You might find a lost homework assignment or something from another class, and make sure your journal is ready and complete. So have that journal out, homework video number 12. And again, I'm not going to go over a lot of new information in this video. I'm going to more probing what you think and what you know about electricity and magnetism. All right. So what is electricity? Okay. We use electricity every day, but actually what is it? Like, how does it work? Okay, we know that it exists in nature. Lightning is electrical, it's a form of electricity. We know we use it, and it can be dangerous, right? You don't want little kids playing with electricity. And we know this because it's energy, right? Electrical energy. And remember, one of our ways to remember, if something has energy, it can do damage. It can cause things to move, and it can be destructive, right? So, and we know that electrical energy, we create electricity in power plants, and we use it, and we can even use transfers of energy, right? Mechanical wind energy, you can turn a turbine and turn a generator and create electricity. All right, so we know it's important, we know it can be dangerous, we know it's useful, but what is it? Okay, what is it really? I'm going to give you one little hint. This is something new. So let's think about atoms, right? Everything in the universe, all matter is made up of atoms. It's the building blocks. They're the building blocks of all matter. For example, in this gold ring, if we were to zoom in beyond even what our microscopes can see, we would see gold atoms, right? It's solid gold. It's made of gold atoms, little particles of gold atoms, and nothing else because it's solid gold. If we were to look at a hair, okay, it would be made of a lot of carbon atoms, and in fact, atoms are so small that 1 million carbon atoms would stretch across the width of one hair. So that's small, right? That's way smaller than cells. So we know everything is made of atoms, but what does an atom look like? Well, an atom has a nucleus, it has a central part, and it's made of subatomic particles. Smaller particles make up atoms, and so one of the things that we want to talk about, and we will learn about later, are electrons. And there you see that word is very similar to electricity. So I'm just telling you that, right, we're made of atoms, everything's made of atoms, and atoms are made partly of electrons, and the electrons sort of orbit around the atom in a cloud. So thinking about atoms, and the atoms have electrons, and something about electricity, does that give you any hints to what electricity might be? So anyway, what I want you to do is answer the question in your journal. What is electricity? Write that down. And draw a model, draw a picture to help your explanation, and explain with words. So I want to see picture and words. Again, slow down. Take an extra 30 seconds or a minute to make a good model. Flesh it out. Use some space. A lot of times I see you guys scrunch a little picture on one line of the page. No, use half the page or something. Really make it something that you're ready to share in class. I know you can do great models, so do a great one in your journal. All right, so explain, what do you think is electricity? Like, how does it work? What's happening with electrical energy? Okay, and then our next topic going along with that is magnetism. And you've probably all seen a magnet, right? They have these horseshoe-shaped magnets. We have bar magnets, and they have an N and an S on these ones. Do you know what that means? And we know that the Earth is like a magnet. The Earth is a giant magnet. That's something you might have learned about in 6th grade if you talked about Earth science and the structure of the Earth. So what is magnetism? How does that work? But what I want you to do is, you don't have to tell me exactly like how it works, but I want you to tell me, where do we find magnets? Magnets are in hundreds, thousands of items that we all use. So try to think, where have you seen magnets used in objects or devices, or just around the world, anywhere? You know, where have you seen magnets? In your home, you probably have magnets. Some you can see, some you can't see, but they're in a device or something. So think about that, and please write that question down. Where do we find that way? Where do we find magnets? What are objects or devices that use magnets? So write the question and then number 1 to 5, and try to come up with a list of as many as you can, places where we use magnets. All right. So that's the video. Pause it or stop. Take your time. Fill in your notes. Do the picture. Do the explanations. Do the list. And get that parent signature. And I will ask you again. You're at home probably or somewhere. Take a couple minutes of quiet time and just chill out. Maybe you don't have to call it meditation, but maybe it's just quiet time. We all need some quiet time to relax our brain. So maybe do that after the video and after you're done with your notes. All right, see you in class soon. Bye.